In this video we are going to describe the properties management. Properties are associated with each activity. The properties of the selected activity are displayed in the Properties tool window. I am going to create a new set activity. I drag the set activity on the name item. The activity is created and the Properties window displays its properties. These properties are grouped by category. The first one is the general category, which contains properties available in all activities. The display name property is used to set the label displayed in the activity. It is created automatically, based on the activity itself and the value of the other properties. Here, you see that the display name contains the set action, the source data and the item concerned by the activity. You can manually change the display name. The change is immediately reported in the label of the activity. Note that if you change the source data or the item, the display name is automatically updated. To validate the change of a property, you must leave the property editor. To come back to the default value of the display name, you simply clear the property. The description property is used to set a more verbose description of the activity. Its editor allows to enter multi-line text. This property is initialized with the default description of the activity. If you change it, the description will be used as comment in the generated code, instead of the display name. It is especially useful for the comment activity. The description is used to display the tooltip of the activity. The activity category contains the properties specific to each activity. A set activity has an item property to indicate where to set the value, and a source data property to indicate the origin of the value to set. The test item existence property allows to test before setting the item. Most of the properties have a specialized editor. For example, a breadcrumb allows you to easily set the item property. You can also set the item property by drag and drop of the item from the page viewer. You can use this way on each activity which owns an item property. The source data property is a bit more complex. You can display a contextual help by selecting the property. This property is a JavaScript expression, where you can use tags, like $data to reference a context item, constant value, any component of the context or SDK, like enumeration values, and so on. For example, I am going here to set the oname context value concatenated with 4 zeros. If I look at the generated code, you see how the expression is converted to JavaScript. You can set the context item name directly in the expression, instead of using the data tag. But the expression will not be updated if you change the context item name. Using of the data tag, you can change the context item name later and the activity property will be updated. For example, if I change the name of the oname context item, the activity property is updated. The expression editor displays as many data editor as data tags present in the expression. If I delete the data tag to set a constant value, the data editor is removed. The same way, if I set two data tag to concatenate two context item values, The expression editor displays two data editors. The Properties window implements error management. If I clear the source data property and I validate, you see an error icon which displays the error reason as tooltip. Here, the property is required. To be complete, note that you can hide the contextual help by right-clicking on a property title and unchecking the description menu item.